We're back. You're listening to He Said, She Said here on KHTS AM 1220. Okay, that was probably a little bit of personal conversation we were just discussing.
But our show's authentic.
Yeah, and with no disrespect. I was disrespectful, but not my intention. I felt I was disrespected. I hope at some point.
Well, when you use that
it.
word disrespect, that's one of your big.
Yeah.
Big
Isn't our show a little
Coach?
like Duck Dynasty meets the
yes.
Kardashians? I mean, you two are like the Kardashians.
No, we're done with that one.
Oh. So can I give a shout out to Mr. Greg Flowers, a dear friend of ours? Big shout out to him. And Tammy. How about Tammy Butler?
Well, Tammy
deserves a shout out. Tammy was our bartender. She's been on the show before.
She's our very first guest.
She actually stole the night. Her bar, her drinks were awesome.
Her personality. Keisha, you too.
Yeah.
Now, does she have a name for her business, Tammy Butler?
You know what she
Bartenders?
does? I need to get that, and I'll do a better plug for her next week. I do, because she is
She's the
absolutely
best.
Special lady.
amazing.
Yeah.
And she's so cute. She'll do a party of 4, and she'll do a wedding of 300. So,
Yeah.
Anything anybody
so you were
needs.
saying though, Coach, that men would handle it differently.
Yeah, I want to get Justin's our wonderful producer, ladies and gentlemen, on the show we call He Said, She Said on KHTS AM 1220. Got to plug this great station once in a while. So if you and I got into hassle, let's say we were best friends and we were kind of gnawing at each other, but then it came to like not physical blows, but emotional verbal blows.
It was a verbal blow.
That would probably be it, wouldn't it? Don't guys just kind of walk away from
You
stuff
do.
like that?
That's what you do. I don't think all
Yeah, what
guys
does
do.
Justin think?
I don't know about that. I don't know
Really?
about walking
All right.
away from her. It depends on the friendship and the relationship that you have with that person.
Years long.
But if,
Okay, would guys even would guys get to that point? I'm wondering because
No.
we're not emotional animals.
no,
right?
because what I would have done is immediately, probably within the first hour or two of
The party.
what Robin was
Would
was
have
dealing
called
with,
him out.
I would have been in front of people. Is there a reason you have not said hello to me tonight?
See, now that a guy would do. I should have
Yes.
probably taken her aside
at the get-go.
And at the,
yeah.
Good point.
Good
No, but
point.
I would
No,
embarrass him at
good
that point because I'd be
good
mad.
point.
Well, I was trying to let it go and let it flow. I mean, there's other people there, but I wanted to hang out with her too. It was so.
Interesting.
I don't know, but keeping the show moving. We'll get off the
So
drama.
where did Halloween actually come from?
Well, it actually comes from a couple places, but you say Ireland.
Well, in doing research on Halloween, they think or they claim that the actual birthplace of Halloween is in Ireland in the city of Samhain. And it was a symbol of the harvest, and they would do a festival. And then it kind of developed
Because I've
from
heard
there.
so many other things about it was not the Day of the Dead. That's a different holiday.
Witches.
Come on, help me.
Didn't this come from witches?
Well, that's the other thing. Witches, witch is an old English term,
Right.
and it actually means wise woman.
Oh, I've been called a witch, and I don't
I
think it was
know.
for that reason. I was probably called a lot more things after.
But it's actually wise woman, and so Wiccan,
yeah.
they were wise women.
They were strong.
They were strong. They were wise. All sorts of things, as far as myths go, like black cats.
Did you do in-depth study on this?
I did.
Well, because I asked her she asked me before the party, where did Halloween come from? And we were
I
talking
thought
about
it
it.
came from like witches and the
Well,
ceremonies.
it's like the myths and the superstitions. It's like a broken mirror.
No, I don't. That's not where Halloween itself comes from. Halloween itself
But
was.
it's associated with myths and superstitions.
But it was actually taking a night to remember the dead. There was a different.
Well, it came from all sorts of things. Like back in the Celtic era, the trick and the treat part, they would put treats and stuff out. And then that way, the evil spirits would come and they would take that.
They would just take the treat and not you?
And not come in the house.
Oh, okay.
So that's part of where the trick or treat thing came from.
So obviously, people back then very superstitious over.
Back then, people
Ghosts,
were very
spirits.
superstitious of spirits.
Do you believe in ghosts, Coach Shellen?
I do. I believe in everything.
Well, I don't.
Everything.
Throw it your way. Your
And
game.
you got it.
I'm good.
Got a Velcro mitt over there.
Sometimes I have to get up in the middle of the night and I'm looking around for. I know there's monsters in our house.
Monsters in the closet.
No, I know there's.
Are they
something,
waiting for you in the bathroom?
I know there's something under the bed. I know there's something going on.
You know, that's funny you say that. Growing up, I was 100% certain a witch lived under my bed.
A wise woman.
I was certain I never wanted to put my foot down off the bed at night in the dark.
Because something.
There-
I used to keep I had a stuffed lion. I used to keep him under there.
Yeah.
But
Isn't
it was for
isn't
me.
it creepy though?
It was
I mean,
the closets. They were like sandmen coming out of the closets.
Don't come to our house. I got guns everywhere. So
Oh,
don't.
goodness.
If there's ghosts or spirits out there,
He has
don't
guns
even mess with
upstairs
me.
and ammo
Downstairs-
in the garage
garage where you
somewhere.
All
could
right,
get
I
to.
grab the ammo fast. Don't
Yeah.
mess with me, ghost.
Yeah, but
Well, do you believe in a ghost or a spirit, Ellen?
well, when you say ghost, then I think of Ghostbusters. I think of the traditional white
Casper.
thing and Casper floating around. But when you really think of a ghost and what it is, the ghost is an energy of a person who is
Just a person?
a person, an animal, a soul of some sort that hasn't left this world altogether to go into the
I
spirit
thought
world.
ghosts
It's
wear
like
white
caught.
sheets and stuff. What?
Well,
where are you
no,
getting
it
this
can
from?
be. It can be. Like
Do I
it can
have to-
be a smell. It can be music. I mean, it can come in different kinds of energy.
Have you ever actually experienced something creepy that you
Oh yeah,
you have? Sorry, that was shocking.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've experienced the spirit or the ghost.
Don't tell
of-
me like the birdie flying around your window is your dead grandma coming by.
Could
Is
be. It could be. But if all of a sudden a song
What about
pops
those
in,
doves on our roof?
That's
There's
what I'm
some-
thinking.
Yeah, those doves. What are
That
those
knock
doves?
into those windows of yours?
Yeah.
Maybe someone's trying to
The
get
little
in.
peck.
You're saying it's when spirits haven't left. These ones want to get in your house.
well, there's a difference between a ghost and a spirit. The ghost hasn't left yet, but the spirit's
It
gone.
left and just comes back and visits when it wants to.
That's what they say. It's a generic term used to describe an entity that's no longer human and has gone into the spirit world.
When we used to live in Newbury Park,
Yeah.
long before you guys redid the house, do you remember coming downstairs at night and it did not feel right down there?
How come we don't have like music to this? Some kind of ooh.
You can do it. You just sing while I talk.
You want to sing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want him
Don't
to
we
sing,
have
guys.
something, Justin? Some ooh,
Spooky music.
But do you guys not remember the energy?
Well, you wouldn't even, and that's what it's all about is energy.
We thought there were. It's interesting
It's
now
all
that you bring.
about
We
energy.
thought there was ghost in that house.
I think there was. That's why none of us were ever
we-
comfortable in
yeah,
that house.
it never felt right.
Never.
Wow.
From the first time, there was something
We talked
going on
about
in that
Actually,
house.
we talked about.
Yeah, it was. You would come down at night and it.
Nobody would go in that room downstairs. Remember?
Well,
You
yeah, I
moved,
tried to move into it and had to move out of it.
like within 24 hours.
Yeah.
You were upstairs.
So, do you just call that a bad energy though, or is that a spirit that has not
45.
left?
You can call it anything you want.
Huffington Post says 45% of Americans believe in ghosts. Wow.
Yeah, they
Wow.
do. That's a pretty recent study. Even though we grew up with mommy and daddy saying there are no such things as ghosts.
Well, I think it's because we use ghost instead of energy.
Spirits.
I know what spirits are, like Tito's spirits and
Tito's alcohol.
Tito's
Great
alcohol spirits. and-
Actually, there was a lot of those spirits flowing on
Yeah,
Saturday.
there was a lot of spirits flowing on Saturday.
Yeah. All right. So we're talking about on the show called He Said, She Said on KHTS AM 1220, one of the best radio stations in all of America. Download the app because you can listen to our show and get our podcast. You got to give a little commercial, ladies.
Okay.
It's a great app.
We're
It's
waiting.
KHTS
We're letting you-
1220 AM. It's an app. Great app. All right. Next, what are we talking about?
I just want to know, does anybody know what the largest pumpkin ever recorded was?
Is it like that big Idaho potato type thing?
Yeah.
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 Who has grown?
Okay, I'm trying to think if the
In Pakistan, it was like 800 pounds.
Pakistan. No, it was
I'm just
not in
guessing,
Pakistan.
I don't
Oh.
know.
I was gonna say like 1,000.
No, it was 836
Ooh, I
pounds in
said-
1993.
I said 800 pounds. I was pretty close.
Well, with our drought now here in California, you can't water a pumpkin to get that big. So
Yeah. And how many people actually give out candy?
I think that depends on what neighborhood. When you live in,
Well,
don't know,
when
Justin
people were
knows.
Is it a
polled,
percentage?
yeah,
40%.
72%
never mind.
of people.
Well, no, I'm thinking 30% of those people lie.
polled.
They just don't want to sound like they're not.
And the crazy thing is, Halloween is the second highest grossing retail holiday behind Christmas.
That I
Well,
see.
candy's expensive.
And so are costumes
go
now.
into any of these stores. I mean, like Walgreens has like 4 aisles of them. I mean, it goes on and on.
Well, so the costume thing,
Wait, but really, yeah, I'll go back to the costume. But going back to how many people give out candy?
72%.
That is not
who
if you
know.
could eat one candy, Robin, what would it be? Just one candy.
She's a gummy person.
Yeah, probably gummy bears.
Really?
Yeah.
50%
What
of
about
kids
you,
want chocolate.
Mrs. Tunick, what about you?
I used to want chocolate, but now I'm more towards the Skittle type
Really?
thing.
Hershey
Yeah.
Kissies here. What
No.
about you,
Hershey
Justin?
Kissies? Hershey Kissies.
Yeah. Justin, what about you? One piece of candy, that's it. What would it be? Come on, dog.
I can never do that. I need one chocolate and one sour.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
okay.
But Twix.
And what would they be?
Twix and probably Sour Patch.
Oh,
yeah.
Sour Patch.
I'm with you on that one.
Nice.
No, I think it's just the whole Halloween thing. It was so big when we were kids. It dwindled down. We started
But
having
it's
that.
getting bigger again.
What happened to the mall? Does the
That's what I
local
was gonna
mall
say. Does the mall still
local
do
mall
the
it
trick-or-treating
here?
thing?
Justin,
I
you're
have no
almost
idea.
at Halloween age. Do you know? Somebody call in. What's the number
No,
here?
stop with
298-5487.
Just read it backwards again.
298-5487. I'd be curious to see if the mall does anything.
I believe the mall still does. They call it trunk or treat or something
Oh,
like that. But,
okay.
Um,
But I think Halloween and trick-or-treating in the neighborhood and costuming, I think it's coming back. It's coming
I think
back
it depends
big.
on what neighborhood you live in. That's what I was saying. In the neighborhood we lived in right before this, streetlights weren't that bright. Not a lot of people gave out candy.
You didn't have a lot of kids either. I think
There were actually a ton. Everyone would
Really?
go to different neighborhoods
Oh.
where the lights are all on, the houses are all decorated, and so the kids could really enjoy it.
Why did Halloween become your favorite holiday? It's been your favorite
Candy,
since
girl.
you were little.
It's you get a basket full of candy.
What is it about dressing?
I don't know. Halloween wasn't my favorite as a kid at all. That
Was
has to
it?
be Christmas. I was sick every Halloween because I ate some horrible piece of candy.
That's true.
I missed Halloween so many times. Maybe
Yes,
that's why
you
it's my
did.
favorite because I missed it
What do
way
you
too
hate
many
about
times.
Halloween? Is there anything you hate about it?
Actually,
The cleanup?
no. Dave and I were saying this the other night. Is the actual ringing of the doorbell and having to pass out the candy.
They do something amazing on our street because we're on a cul-de-sac. The neighborhood says, bring your candy. They have one house. They've got these giant tables. They
And you
bring
just walk down the
potluck,
line and-
you walk to, and so nobody rings
I
the
hope
doorbell.
they do it this year. Really.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think because the first thing Dave said, he goes, "Can we just put the bowl on the door so that because the dogs will bark every 10 seconds."
Well, yeah.
I know this is a very prejudiced comment to make.
So you're gonna
So
make it
maybe you're
anyway.
gonna make it
Your
anyway?
daughter was the most beautiful trick-or-treater. I literally can remember every minute of taking her when she was like 3 and 4 and 5 years old. She was incredibly gorgeous in her.
She might have been pretty, but she was
I
a
remember
real pain
carrying her.
because she was.
She didn't want to go up the
"It's
hill."
inches.
I don't want to go up the hill. This inches. I don't like this.
Nothing's changed.
Nope. When should you stop trick or treating, though?
Yeah.
What age should you stop trick or treating?
Your son.
I trick or treated all through high school.
But don't you remember being when you knock on the door because you guys were always late? The high schoolers always come to the door late, and it's
Well,
like
it's not cool. I mean, it's got to be super
No,
dark.
but
it's like you don't get candy. You're
but the high school
16.
kids.
the high school what?
yeah.
But when I was a kid, they were destructive. They would throw eggs. I mean, it was terrible.
Pumpkins.
I still
that
get
still
that.
goes on.
Yeah, but that
doesn't
still
go
I know,
goes
but
on.
that's the part about Halloween that I hate. That
Yes.
I
But
had
that's the part of society that I hate.
I had a new car. It's a long story. Anyway,
Yeah, let's
but
not
the
listen to
egg
it.
Okay,
car.
but I get eggs is maybe going a little too far, but
The smashing of the pumpkins.
and TPing.
yes.
Oh.
TP'd a lot of houses in my day on Halloween's.
Yeah.
It's pretty
There you
fun.
go.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That's harmless. That's harmless.
Yeah.
It's not harmless if it happens to you, and you got to take all
Oh,
that stuff
big
off.
deal.
The,
So you, honey, I would do it. You wouldn't.
No.
I would have to call Dave for the high ladder. I
There's
get
that.
low-hanging toilet paper.
The rest of it just stays there till it blows away, or until Coach runs out.
I was
and
going
then-
to say, or if it rains, but that's never going to happen. So,
All right. So,
So-
you guys like Halloween? I'm kind of neutral on it. So
Okay.
All right,
So
that's cool.
I think before we go to commercial, though, I do have to say one thing. And is anyone watching the World Series tonight, or is the West Coast, like, not
We're done.
interested.
No, and we're done.
Oh, it's
No,
sad.
we're done. Yeah. Are you going to watch it?
I probably will. We're baseball
I'm a Dodger
fans.
fan. Your guys is
We're
St.
Cardinals.
Louis.
Yeah, but I
So
still kind of
Who are you rooting for?
that.
I don't think
I don't know.
anybody
Kansas City.
cares about the World Series. I really
Well,
don't.
if
Well, that was why I
you're
was
west of
asking.
the Mason-Dixon line, you could care less.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was asking because it's always such a big deal. And
Well, usually a West Coast team is in it. That's why, and we suck this year.
Oh, did we really? So you guys aren't watching tonight?
No.
Oh, come on. It's a sports
we
event.
are watching it? What is
It's
it, Tuesday night?
a sporting event. There's no football on. You will be watching it, I guarantee
guess I'll
you.
be watching a couple minutes of it. So.
couple.
He'll go back and forth between Fox News and the World Series.
That's right.
Or is it on? It's on Fox?
It's on Fox tonight, yeah.
It's on at 5, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
It will be on
yeah.
at Bob.
All right. So,
All right. So we'll take a little break. Coach, you're always going to give us something awesome or one for the road, or
one,
maybe
I got a one for the road. I really do. You're going to like the one
like
for the road.
something.
Am I going to like it?
Yeah. No,
good.
you both like it. Yeah.
Okay. We'll be right back. The spirits are back with us. You're back here listening to He Said
Are
She
we a
Said.
spirit or a ghost? Oh, we're still here,
This is
so.
background noise.
Yeah, we're still here. We haven't left.
We haven't left.
So then we're ghosts, correct?
Okay, then well,
See, now
we
you're
might
lost
be
again.
stuck in between.
We might be stuck here for a long time. Coach, do you have something good
Unfinished
for
Can we ever
us?
play Elvis on our show? Can we? I mean, I know
We're in-
Elvis is walking
'cause we're
around the
talking about
street here. I'm
spirits.
telling
How
you.
did we get? Oh,
Spirits and
Elvis's
ghosts.
spirit.
Yeah, some just.
You're
some,
dating yourself, bud.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you even know who Elvis is, Robin?
Yes, I do.
Did
My,
you ever-
my mom put on this outfit one time, and I told her she looked like Fat Elvis.
Oh, you're calling me fat? That's why you
am.
have
Oh
no
boy,
friends.
this was last
'Cause
week.
you call
All right.
people fat.
So here's
Here we go.
here's one for the road.
Okay.
Finally, it took our president and the federal government to figure out that the standardization of teaching, and let me go right to it, Common Core doesn't work. Common Core, too much testing.
Too much standardized testing.
To standardized testing, it's ridiculous. All these years, they wasted the time of our young people and our
Well,
teachers.
how long has Common Core actually been in place?
Well, Bush started it, I think, in 2000 and
Long enough to know it doesn't work.
9.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I was already
Yeah,
out
the
of
end
school.
of his term.
You were out of school.
I was out of school.
Yeah,
So,
but your kids
so it
have
took that
been
long
taught.
to place Common Core. How long are they going to actually remove it?
Well, the fact that the president came out and said enough is enough, now they're trying to figure out. So after he gave his speech, the various networks started interviewing people from the government and people in education, and they all said the same thing, we're working on it. Nobody has a plan yet. What I say is get rid of the Department of Education. Let our community, let the city of Santa Clarita educate our own kids locally.
So City of Santa Clarita would have to educate the teachers on how we've all.
Well, it would just be a particular program, just like all the other programs.
Well, you know what?
On how there has to be some
We should
level
have- right.
of testing because you've got to be able to judge whether or not a student moves
Too much
moves on or
too
moves
much
out.
homework, but
Yeah,
we
too
need
much
to-
homework. They
the
say it doesn't do
curriculum-
anything.
The curriculum needs to be changed. I mean, this is a big. I could rant about it, but not every kid learns the same way, and there's so many
No.
studies to indicate that kids sitting in a class for 50 minutes listening to a teacher lecture, they're not learning anything. When you talk to kids about passing tests, they memorize in a
Yes.
very short period to
Well,
pass the test, and they don't.
there's
then they
no
don't remember.
application of knowledge.
Thank you. Well
That's-
said.
Well, and
well said.
it's called, what you really want a child to have is it's mastery of skills.
Mastery of skills
So-
where they can take it and
and
apply
use it. And it's actually really interesting that you're bringing this up. I did not see that this weekend.
Well, you were busy with a party, I think.
That's probably why.
That's why.
I went and met with my sophomore son's counselor today because he is as smart as can be. But I don't know if high school's failing him or if he's failing high school at this point. But something's going on. This is the second time I've met with the counselor. The first things we did aren't working.
Because your son is bored, and
He'd much rather sit home and watch a debate and
He
get
knows
into
more.
it.
We can watch a debate with him. This is 15 and a half years old, and he knows more about every single candidate,
Oh, 'cause
the
he
background
reads
of
and
that
researches.
candidate, and what they're about.
So your son is getting caught in the standardization
Yes.
that every kid has to look alike,
And they've
sound
gotta
alike,
turn
be
the homework
alike,
in.
and it's kids
here's
like
the
your
problem.
son, my grandboy,
There's-
that winds up being successful in life. Trust me. Your
There's
kid's
so
gonna wind
many
up being
kids. What
success.
they've done is when you've got that that many kids in a classroom, all you can do is standardize everything, because who's got time to say, okay, this group's going to learn that way, so we're going to do
I
that.
actually argued this once when he was in elementary school, when they had that whole policy of no child left behind.
Yeah,
I
that
said,
didn't work out real
that's
well either, did it?
Well, but that's not fair. They're saying that to the children that aren't up to
Right, up to par.
Up to par. But my child was being left behind. He was super smart, but he was kind of kicked to the side. It was like, well, we don't need to worry about
He's had
you.
issues, I mean, from the time he was in kindergarten.
He was telling the teacher how to
He
do it.
was telling the teacher how to
told
do
her she
it, that
misspelled
she
words.
spelled something
Read the
wrong.
biographies and autobiographies of very successful people. They're just like your son. I was
But he
I was
still-
not a good student. I was staring out the window because I was bored.
But he still has to pass high school, and so that's what I'm saying. We
Put him in an apprentice program. Create a
He's
different.
15. I don't think they take him
No,
yet.
no, no. But there's all kinds of different ways of learning. Just
Yeah.
like your mom says, the key is gaining knowledge. That's the key, and then doing something with that knowledge.
Yeah, application. If you memorize something and then you go and you're never going to apply it because you memorized it, you didn't learn it.
Well, he can actually do both.
Yeah, like you've been doing coaster
And he can
training.
do both.
You've been doing coaster training for me.
Coaster training has been going on
Like
for
this-
probably 27 years now.
Right. So this is a coaster right here, right?
Yes.
And
So-
if I didn't tell you to put it on the coaster, that's where he'd put it.
Right. So I have to memorize to put the cup on the coaster.
But apparently, you have not been able to apply the knowledge I've
No,
tried to.
that's true. That's true. So our educational system is broken. Think about it. Teachers are taught the same way. Your
We have to
brother's
bring
a
it.
teacher.
We have to bring it down to the local level, or we'll never
Thank
get
you.
anything done.
Thank you. Thank you.
You guys aren't. You're all day today. You just agree with each other. You guys are going to go home and get in a fight or something. You guys have been
Ooh, that
so.
sounds exciting.
I love
You guys have been
it.
so kind to each other
Not
today.
really.
Oh no.
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 You
I'm
guys-
going to go home and
We
mix
did a
her
little
drink.
banter at the beginning now,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Yeah.
No.
But your brother's a teacher. You know what he tells me? He's got 40 kids in his class. He's babysitting.
Yes, there's a lot of that goes on.
I said, John, who are the kids that are passing, getting some education or knowledge?
Middle school? John's
Yeah, eighth
middle
grade.
school, 8th grade.
You know
That's
what he
hard to
said?
teach, too.
Dad, the kids that always sit in front of the class.
The kids that are self-driven themselves anyway.
Thank you. That's exactly what you said.
Your sister Tracy.
Yeah,
I used to have to
somebody's-
tell her, put the book down, turn out the light, go to bed.
Because the party's over.
The party's over for right now. I think
You did not have to worry about that
kids
with
are
me.
kids are born self-driven, self-motivated.
Oh, they're born that way, huh?
I think they are. I think that it's
I have to
it's
agree
a
with your mother
personality
again.
trait.
I disagree with you
I think
guys.
we all
I
have
think
DNA.
you can be taught
Yeah.
how to study, but I think certain people are born to drive themselves to perfection, which is not all that great.
I think work ethic is definitely something you're born with.
Really?
But you can learn. But I agree
You
with your
can
mom.
learn
You
how to
can-
learn.
Right.
But some
Yeah, but
people
it-
who are
I guess
driven
it's
are born with it.
It's innate for.
It is. It is.
I knew nothing till I married you. And now look
Well,
at
who
me.
didn't know that?
Yeah, and look
you
at me
hit the
now.
jackpot.
I hit the jackpot.
You hit the lottery.
I'm the most spoiled husband in America.
Yes, you are.
confirmed.
And now you're super smart because of
Yeah,
Ellen.
and because of my wife. Exactly. Exactly. So the show is called He Said, She Said. We're on every week.
You want to give your plug now?
Oh, I'm doing my own show starting Thursday. God, you're letting me plug the show. It's called
I might
Start
It's
a-
hurting. It's
1
hurting
o'clock, Start
right
a
now.
Biz.
I might come on and talk with you, but
1
I'm not
o'clock,
sure.
Monday, it's called Start a Biz.
Oh, it's
So-
on Monday?
No, you're right. It's on Thursday.
Really, he hasn't learned that much yet.
It's on Thursday at 1.
Thursday at 1.
And then Saturday morning at 9. And then
They'll
some-
replay it just in case you missed them.
and then sometimes on Sunday. But we're going to talk about how to start a business, how to make money in a business. I'm going to have experts on in our community. It's going to be a fun
sound
show.
exciting?
Trust me.
Woo!
Woo!
I'm looking real excited.
We're going to make it fun. I
You're
know.
gonna make it
well,
fun?
you girls are so smart. You don't need to listen to the show. And
That's
neither
true.
of you want to start a business. So
You never know. I've always
Guess
wanted
what?
to.
I started one 20 years ago, and I'm still running it.
Robin, I would put you in the, I would
I've
back
always
you
wanted
right
to.
now in the event planning business. And you just work for rich people.
You know
just
something,
rich people.
though? It's
Rich
not
people.
fun.
No, yeah.
Not fun.
No, I wouldn't want to. Yeah, I don't think I could. I won't.
No.
Couldn't work for someone
People's
else.
expectations are out of line with reality.
No, but if somebody's going to spend $100,000,
But what their expectation is so out of line with reality, it's a heartbreaker.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do.
no, I disagree. I disagree.
Of course you do.
I-
Have you ever planned a party?
No, I wouldn't have a
Then
clue.
how would you know?
But it's just an opinion.
She didn't tell you what opinion you could have yet.
That's true.
Well, it's an opinion based on absolutely nothing.
Yeah. No, exactly correct.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening.
No data there.
You're listening to He Said, She Said. We'll be back Tuesday at 2.